And we are recording, and I think we're going to talk about the sacrifice game. I don't know. We tried last week to record early, but it didn't work. I went a little Looney Tunes.
It's okay. We all have our flayed moments every now and then, Josh. But I mean, you're still okay. I mean, just because you kind of like went kind of like weird on us and started spinning around the room, and
Your
that's
head
okay.
was going one way. Your
Weirder. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like your one eye was going one way and the other one wasn't, and I was like, how is he doing that? That's really intriguing.
Oh, I thought you were laughing with us.
Oh, I hope so. Because I don't feel bad about the joke because it was funny. Nobody's stealing my jokes. Nobody's stealing my jokes, okay?
Calm down, Cat. Calm down.
Hey, nobody's stealing these cobweb jewels. Shit. I'm dropping them like all day on y'all asses. Dude, what are we supposed did you post my stuff from the other night?
You don't want me to go into it. I will post it. I'll put it together and all that, but you don't want me to go into it. Especially if we got cats. We got cats listening to the podcast that you met that day and all that.
Big deal.
That you forget.
That's for off the pod.
Yeah, that's definitely off pod. You forget I've been in that business for over 20 years. And I look at it differently. I forget that people outside of that business can enjoy it and can have fun and can have a blast. That's why when people ask me, hey, how do you get into whatever? And I'm like, don't do it. If that's your thing, if you love it, don't do it. I'm definitely not talking about wrestling.
Oh man, yeah, it was a good promotion. I liked it a lot.
I'm not knocking them. I like their intro, the entrance. I like their lighting, their curtains, their logo was fresh.
Yeah. All right. Big shout out to RP W Wrestling out here in Chicago, Crest Hill area.
What's the RP for?
Rocket Pro Wrestling.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I believe that's the name of it. I can't remember.
You can't go wrong with purple.
No, you can't. I can't. And they couldn't either. See, this is where it gets kind of foggy at because because their drinks were like $3 a beer.
I was noticing they had adult beverages there. Yes. Good price.
Yes.
Good price.
That was a good price for a beer. You can go out and get a beer for $3 anywhere. That's not bad.
I noticed that one cat gave us a shout out.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He was pretty nice. Everybody gave us, Cast of the Pod got a little bit of love that night.
Nice. Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I also noticed as who was that person? Do you remember his name?
Man, you can put me on the spot.
Okay. It's okay. We'll go back and give him a shout out and everything like that. But I noticed he said Cast of the Pod, and Cobweb was like, "That's Cast of the Pod stuff there." Oh no, Cobweb was like, "That's Cast Pod stuff there, baby." couple of adult beverages. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I can say that because I think I had like a couple. What was that? I had a couple. I was drinking some. What was that stuff called? That it starts with a bourbon. I was drinking some bourbon earlier that day, and then I went to there and I had a couple of those Miller Lights they had for $3, and then I had a cocktail which was pretty tight. It gave me a nice little rum and
mix,
coke.
brother. You're not, if you're gonna
bro, I'm a professional.
A or B, you don't mix A and B. It's not.
I'm a professional drinker. At my age, I'm a professional. I can handle mixing drinks.
But you're not a professional talker while you're drinking that professional drink.
I got to go back and look at the video. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't really looked at it.
I'm Web Cobb and Cast Pod of the.
Oh, shit.
Shout out, baby.
We have that GRN.
Oh
my God, GRN.
That's the energy. I was like, what is she talking about? Is she talking about gin? And I was like, oh, no, okay.
You see, I didn't even see. That's what happened. I just said, I'm going to take all this stuff, this video and stuff like that. I'm going to try to get as much content as I get for the Patreon. and I didn't go back and look at any of it. I just sent it all to you. You know,
Yes,
that's what people do when they get home and they've had like a couple too many.
I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm gonna say this as a creative. What is it called when you're giving somebody a comment of their work?
A constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism. There you go.
Oh God, I hate that shit.
That one cat that he was wrestling against two dudes, and it was like bam, bam, and one guy was down. Then he goes and picks up the other guy, and then he stands him there, and he's like, "Wait right here," and he didn't even hit them again to make them dizzy or nothing. He's like, "Okay, you here, now you here, now just wait here. Okay, I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna climb up the ropes. I'm gonna come up here, and now I'm gonna come out with an RKO out of nowhere." But it was not from nowhere. It was from there, and it took like 13 seconds to set up. I was like, at least punch somebody in the face. Like, here you're there, bam. Get the other guy, bam. Get both of them by the hair, hit them together, boom, in the head. So they're like, But that's just
It's the creative flow.
What about the one with the powerful back?
Oh, Deb, I said one correct constructive criticism.
I haven't watched the videos. I did like the guy that played the Rick James music. That was pretty cool. That was pretty good. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do a double RKO out of nowhere, it's got to be out of nowhere.
It better be. Honestly, tell the truth. The more I think about it, Josh, you might be right. I might do. You know what? You guys would have to tune in and get on the Patreon if you really want to see this. Yeah. You know, these videos here.
I was going to say, if you want to know what we're talking about, you have to get on the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's classic material right there.
You know, we're 7 minutes into this pod already.
Why?
I know, Josh.
I'm not. It's on the screen right here.
It is. And, Josh, you still haven't done me a favor yet.
Well, what is that, my friend?
Can you hit that intro?
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, children of all, hopefully no children. This is not a children's podcast. But, and the only reason I say that is because there's some colorful, descriptive words in the pod. Yeah, right?
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of them tonight.
Oh, shit.
See, and it ain't even me.
Because like the British guy said, I need to remember what his name was, but like he said, the accoutrement and the genre and the blood and the guts and all that stuff, you know, that's not for kids. Even though I started watching these types of movies when I was like -5, but that just
-5.
Yeah,
-5.
Yeah.
So like before you were born.
Yeah.
I guess your dad wasn't getting any for a long time. Yeah, that was built up, huh, Josh?
I don't understand that math. I don't understand that math. You're talking about swimmers. I'm talking about souls.
You know, he can always just mess up a good joke, Deb. You know.
Oh, look who's talking.
What are we doing again today?
The sacrifice game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a pretty tripped out flick right there.
Streaming on AMC Plus Prime video channels. Where do we see? We streamed it off of somewhere. It wasn't. We don't have AMC Plus. Do we, Deborah?
I think it was on Shudder.
No, we don't.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's on one of the streamers, but
Shudder.
IMDb. Yeah, probably. I believe you. But yeah. Oh. It's bad enough that boarding school students Samantha and Clara can't go home for the holidays. But things take a deadly turn when a murderous gang arrives at their doorway just in time for Christmas. Yeah.
Wow.
1 hour, 39 minutes, came out in 2023. Just seems like it was yesterday. It was 2023. Not too long ago.
This movie's a
Happy
year
New
old.
Year.
We already had a Happy New Year. I'm wearing another Killer Clowns from Outer Space hoodie. Thank you, Nene, for the.
How many of those things do you have?
2 now.
Oh wow!
And then you have your Thanos.
Yeah, I've got my Thanos. But anyways,
And it was too hot for my penguin today.
too hot.
Oh,
baby.
man.
Gotta run.
See?
Gotta run.
You know me. I always got to go. I got to represent the pod.
Oh shit! I gotta wear mine. I got a purple one. Deb, you got like a maroon one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get on the bus. You gotta get on the bus. Look at that.
Man.
The bus.
For those of y'all who don't know, that is an added perk of any of our Patreon members, that when the world comes to its post-apocalyptic end, it's Book of Eli, it's what other there's so many, it's Mad Max Fury Road type thing. There's gonna be this bus with chainsaws out the side, and it's got one of those chicken runners or cow runners up in the front, right?
Yep.
And it's gonna have barbed wire on the top.
And it's going to have Cobweb as a driver.
It's going to say accoutrement across the front. We're going to have bottles of water. I don't know if they're going to be cold water, but it's going to be at least water there.
Yeah.
Perrier.
And if you're a Patreon member, that's the added unwritten bonus. It doesn't say it nowhere. I'm just letting you know now. On the video version of this, here's the caveat. End of the world. We're going to drive up. You got 45 seconds to get out the house, or at least wave at us and say, all right, I'll be right out.
And you have 45 seconds to then.
Yeah.
You can come on in. Yeah, and you get your nice little glass of Perrier, sit in the back and chill out. Yep. Josh will be checking tickets. Yep. It'll be a nice little cooler. And you can use the empty bottles of Perrier to chuck at the zombies out the window.
And the cool thing is, if we have low price tiers for our Patreons. Anyways, all our social media is Cast of the Pod, or you can hit up Cobweb 411. Our Patreons, patreon.com/Cast of the Pod, right? And if you're on any of those lower tiers, as long as you're an active member, you can get on the bus. But if you get on the $100 level, at least one time, we have nice lower price levels. But if you jump on that $100 tier and you only do it for 1 month, lifetime on the bus.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's lifetime.
You're not gonna get any of the extra stuff that we record, but we'll remember you on the bus.
Yep. You'll still be able to get on the bus.
You get on there. I got you. I'll swing by.
It's looking.
Yep.
This world.
We need to start saving.
This world is looking more and more like it's about to happen.
Man, y'all are tripping.
Aliens popping up in the malls in Florida.
Aliens in the malls in Florida. What are you talking about?
You don't know about that shit?
No, what the hell are you talking about? I've been watching football all day. When did an alien come out and what are you talking about?
Oh my God. We're not going to talk about it right now, Deb. Don't. Deb, Patreon only. We're going to go into the Patreon. We're going to explain it to him after this one. We'll record. You don't know about all over the news.
What are you talking about?
They shut down Miami, Florida, shut off the power, couldn't fly over it, closed down the airspace because there were 50 children having fights in the mall, right? But all the people that were running out of the mall that weren't kids or nothing like that, right, were saying that there were these giant creatures, that a portal opened up in the middle of the mall and all these giant creatures came up. And when everybody tried to record them with their phones, everybody's phones died out. They shut down the power to 60,000 homes.
Yep.
Because 50 children got into a fight in the mall.
And they only arrested 4 of them.
Hundreds.
Yep. And helicopters flying.
Deb, I'm getting there. Hundreds of police cars. Lights up, city shut down, black helicopters without numbers on them flying over the mall, not even trying to hide. You didn't know about this?
No.
It happened the day after New Year's. On the 2nd.
That was the distraction for that? I've been
So here's
distracted
the-
tonight because I didn't pay attention to this. This was a
here's the thing.
distraction.
Here's the
I was
thing.
completely not
What
knowing.
happens? What happens when kids do these? What do they call, Deb?
Riot.
No, not riots. When a bunch of kids come in to steal shit.
Oh, I
Boosters.
don't know what it's called.
Well, when they're
Boosting.
boosting, it's a mob thing, a mob raid, or mob. There's a technical name for it. Whenever that happens, there's always footage. Somebody's always recording. There's no footage of this fight, and the footage they did put out, right, was a bunch. I'm gonna just say it straight out. It was like 50 black kids fighting, right, and it was like footage like filmed from like a razor phone from 15 years ago, all pixelated and everything like that.
And they were wearing hoodies. And,
Wearing it. So
And what do you call the hats? Beanies.
hoodies and beanies.
In Florida.
So you're telling me nothing but black kids wearing hoodies and beanies are in Miami, Florida?
They had the beanies on because they had aluminum foil on top of their heads.
No, but
What are we supposed to be
was the
talking about
footage.
again? See, you guys have just messed up a whole off pod episode.
no,
Okay,
there's,
with this-
there's
with this
so
bu-
much
with this
more. That's not,
buffoonery.
that wasn't even a spoiler alert. That
Okay,
wasn't
just
even
hold
a
on. What are we
spoiler.
supposed to be talking about? What are we supposed to be
The
talking about? tonight?
sacrifice game.
The sacrifice game. Thank you. Jeez, God would keep me up at night now. What the hell?
The truth will set you free, my brothers.
Free? Free? He's gonna run into a wall.
It will set you free, but if you want to hear our take on it, you're gonna have to go through the paywall of Patreon.
Yes, we will continue this conversation for Patreon only.
Shout out to Brendan, Upkick MMA, our OG that's on there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
'Cause
It's almost
we
time
have
for
a
some more
lot.
giveaways, aren't we?
We have
Shh,
a lot.
don't tell them. Don't remind them.
We have a lot of stuff on our mind to get out.
Because they all came in around like the same month and cycled through. So like everybody hits their 4-month level like on the same time, and I'm like, shit, I gotta send it.
They gotta wait for payday.
It's real out here in these streets. Shit ain't free.
Hey, I know we got the millions and millions of listeners, but we have our handful of trusted Club 3P that
Bro, I got a bunch of gifts for him the other day already. I got them. I was down over at Walgreens down the street from me, and they had a bunch of those Pierre Cardin gift cologne sets, you know, and they had like 4 or 5 different fragrances in there, and we just give them those.
I know you're not gonna bust out with Dracar Noir.
You know, the Pierre Cardin or some shit. Just give them a bunch of bottles of that.
Oh shit!
That doesn't sound very appealing. Trying to get more people to sign up for it. Sacrifice game.
We have some of those
Sac-
Christmas cookies.
Sacrifice game.
So, we get some of those, what's they called, those Avon patch cards that you used to get by your kids.
I got some lotto tickets that have only been scratched over the barcodes. You can scratch the other parts.
Oh shit! You got the Avon cologne packets. You know, you the Musk. They don't know about that.
The Avon that looks like a little old Model T car. And just
What was the Avon lady?
We
aftershave.
got a bunch
Yeah.
of gifts we got from Secret Santa.
Yeah, you get the soap on the rope.
How about these nuts?
These nuts.
Well, that's not for our Patreons. That's just for a visual joke because I have a bag of mixed nuts right here.
Right,
Just,
right.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
you guys, okay. We've read the IMDb of this movie. See, I have to keep this ship going, ladies and gentlemen. I have to keep it going. Because this is
Have you
going.
seen- Have you seen what almonds look like when they're not already cracked open? Look at this shit. Look at this shit right here. Look at that.
What is that? That's an almond in a shell.
That's
Haven't
an
you seen that
almond
before?
in a shell. Yeah,
Yeah?
nobody fucking told me that this was almond. You got to put this kind of work to get almonds?
You have to have a nutcracker for that, man.
Man. I'm a man. Don't need no damn nutcracker.
Okay, you're the man with some nut. Right. Those are almonds or walnuts.
Listen.
That's
Look
your.
at that. Look at that.
That's your. Really? You work with your hand?
Yep.
Cracked right there.
Wow. You're a bad man, Josh.
What are we talking about?
You're supposed to be talking about the sacrifice game.
So this movie happens like in the 70s, right? Because that's when you got to do shit like that. Because you can't get away with this stuff nowadays. Everybody has phones. There's CCD recorded everything. You know, oh shit, unless you're in the mall in Miami, then nobody records shit and it can happen.
Oh my God. We're going to get through this one. Oh, yes, it does take care. And that's why it was all helter-skelter like, you know, it had that vibe to it.
Not only was it helter-skelter like, the opening scene when the killers, who are kind of like the four horsemen of the apocalypse,
True that.
knock on the door and they're like, ding, ding, ding. They open the door. They're like, hey, how you doing? Sarah Connor here? They didn't say Sarah Connor, but then it became like the what was it, Rancho Cucamonga, whatever, the helter skelter Charles Manson killings.
Yeah, it did. It really did, because they actually imitated that. They imitated a lot, even with the painting of the blood on the wall and stuff like that, with the symbolism and stuff. It was right on point with that.
And so it's like, oh, this is gonna be a movie about a road trip about these killing ass people, and then all of a sudden they're at a girls' private school.
Yeah,
and then they went into the teen flick movie of let's pick on the one girl that's not like everybody else, but she is like everybody else when you think about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
I thought. See, that's the thing with those dudes. When you kind of figure out the dynamic of the four horsemen, we call them. What tripped me out about them is like they all kind of like gravitated towards the one guy. What was his name? The short one. He seemed like he was the leader.
Mena Massoud, which was Jude, who is Aladdin from the Will Smith Aladdin. And then Maisie was Olivia Scott Welch. And then you had Grant and Doug.
Right.
So I look at it this way. Grant was War because he's the veteran.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And then Doug was Famine because he was the skinny one that wanted Maisie, but he couldn't get her. So he was nothing but want.
Okay.
And then Jude was Death. He was the killer. He was the one that was all extroverted and like, look at me. I'm the one that wants the power. And he was the one that was really doing most of the killing.
Yeah.
So he's Death. And then who's the last horseman? I already forgot.
The chick.
Yeah, but what's the name? There's War, Death, Famine, Pestilence. Pestilence being... She's the one that brought them all together. She brought these locusts, these killers, together.
I never saw it like that until now.
Oh, that's pretty deep right there, Josh. That's pretty deep right there. I kind of like that though.
That is the curse that I have to live with. My brain always looks for stuff like that, and then I'm at work, and I'm like, "What am I doing? I'm at work. Oh shit!"
It was like it was like always like they was also cutthroat. I mean, they were like killers and everything, like they were supposed to be, but when their lives got on the line, they acted like a bunch of little whoopes.
They weren't a crew. They weren't. The only thing that got them together was Pestilence. It was her. She was the leader. She was the one. Well, we'll get into that. So you see this relationship between Samantha. Her real name is Madison Baines. She got left behind there because her stepdad didn't want to pick her up, and apparently her mom passed away, and so like her stepdad was her caregiver, guardian. And he sent her to a boarding school.
He told her, if you don't like it, we'll bring you back.
Just give it a semester. And here it is, the Christmas break. And she's like, yeah, I don't like it. And he's like, let's try it some more.
He couldn't even pick her up for Christmas.
Well, because think about it. He just got with mom, and then mom got sick or whatever. She was in a car accident.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, so now he doesn't know how to be a single dad. It's not like he had her all that time and all that, or So he's doing his best, and his best is putting her in a boarding school until she's 18.
No, he doesn't have to deal with her.
Well,
that's not that cool. I mean, that's not really good. Trying to get a relationship with some kids, that kind of pulled at my heartstrings a little bit. It made you kind of like really, yeah.
I was sad for her.
So since she's not going, and there's another girl named Clara, you don't find out why her parents left her behind. Until later. Since they're going to be left there, then Rose and Jimmy, the two youngest teachers that are there. Were there nuns there?
I think so.
I don't think there were nuns. No, they had to stop already at a church on the way, and they had to cut that piece out of the minister. They cut his stomach.
That's right.
He had the map or something like that on his skin or something like that, and they had to cut it off.
It was it looked like a branding, but then later on they called it a tattoo. But certain people at each one of their murders were specific people that we find out later that were connected one way or another. And what they're trying to do is bring a demon back to life, which we don't find out until later on. But so as they're building this relationship between Rose and Jimmy and Samantha and Clara, which is the two teachers and the two kids that are left behind that have to stay there in the house, the shining house.
Yeah, right.
That was a creepy school. Like it was
a big school. It was a boarding school. What did you think it was supposed to be big?
It was like the house from Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it was still creepy. To me, it was creepy. Like, I wouldn't want to stay there.
Have you ever seen a boarding school?
No, I haven't.
Me either. So that's why they all look creepy. Right?
The
it
funny
looks like
thing
something
is,
boarding was happening.
Yeah, a lot of boards.
I won't even get to. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say right now.
Boarding.
So what was the school called? Like Black Veil or Black Valley or Black Raven or something like that?
I don't know. I never paid attention to it.
Let's say Black Valley.
Okay, Black Valley.
And the model, the motto. What's the motto? I don't know. What's the matter with you? The motto for this school is Black Veil. That's what it was. Black Veil girls stick together.
This is true. Yes.
And they talk about that, right? So as they're just there and they're making a giant turkey dinner for 4 people, and you're seeing the relationship start from the younger teacher and the 2 girls. They both end up being the weirdos, the outcasts, the I don't know, the all the other ones wanted to be there because they were rich girls and that was part of what they did. And these other 2, I mean, they still might be rich girls, but they weren't part of the club.
Yeah.
And as it's showing their relationship build and them starting to finally get happy and all that, and that girl Clara, who was kind of sullen, not getting into things. Now she's relaxing a little bit, and they find the vodka. They find it at the end of the stairs into the basement because you need that if you're going to cook a cherry pie, apparently.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they needed. I think it was for the dough
or something.
It's for the dough.
Needless to say, as that's happening, you're seeing these murders across the country, and you're hearing it on the radio. The Christmas Day killers are coming across the country as their blood-spilled rampage comes through. Why did people talk like that? Why did people talk like that on the radio?
Because they only had because it was
breaking
AM.
news just in.
It was AM, man. They were still using AM back then in the 70s, man. AM was rocking. FM was dead. Okay? Let's be honest. FM was dead. You imagine this now? Now FM, AM, the kids don't even listen to radio anymore.
There's no reason to point out to our listeners that we're so old that we remember when all the poppin' radio stations went from AM to FM. And it's like, if you wanted stereo, you had to get 2 of those radios that had 1 speaker and a tape player on it, and then put this one right here and then that one right there, and just kind of tune the knob a little on this one to the right and tune this one a little to the left on the left on the same station, and then it was kind of stereo. You're like, yes, this is FM. Now kids, people are just streaming. They're streaming this. Whoever's listening to this right now is streaming this.
Thank you. I know, right? Yes, thank you very much.
I need to catch my breath. What the fuck are we talking about?
We're supposed to be talking about this flick when it's getting really good at. Because I was tripping out big time. Because remember she caught her in the bathroom and she was cutting on herself?
She was a cutter.
She was a cutter. She was yes.
Can we say that?
What? Self-harm? Yes.
She was decorating her epidermis with a shaving utensil, creating permanent rises
Tattoos.
in the some she was a cutter.
She was making tattoos on herself.
Kanji.
And we, Deb and I, and I don't know about you, Cobweb, you might fall in this category too, have over the years, including a couple very close to us, people that were like severe cutters. And they've gotten past that phase and all that now. But so that was very heart-wrenching because I was like, oh, man, she's sad. She's,
Yeah.
And
I was really sad for her.
yeah, for Clara.
Yeah.
And for Samantha.
Yeah, both of them.
Samantha, I was sad for Samantha, but I was more sad for Clara because.
Well, Samantha lost her mom, and now she ain't got nobody else, and they left.
I said I was sad for her, but I was more sad for Clara. Like, okay, I was sad for both of them.
You're saying you're saying Samantha had her stuff together better, so that's why you didn't feel it. Okay.
I like it really broke my heart when she spoke with her stepdad and on the phone, and she was sad because she wasn't gonna go home. Like that really made me sad. I was like, oh.
That's the first. That was the first Christmas without her mom, and she's out with strangers. But
that was pretty asshole. Yeah, I know, but he was an asshole for doing that. Let's be honest. That's an asshole move.
He don't know.
No. It's her first Christmas alone without her mom, and you're just gonna leave her behind for Christmas.
If you don't know how to, you learn together. She doesn't know how to be with a stepdad without her mom, so you learn together. And I'm pretty sure she was a really good kid. Like she's like had conversations with the teacher and stuff, and I'm sure she would have been a good kid with a stepdad.
That was his first Christmas without his wife.
And
you don't think he was going through some shit too?
All he had to do was bring her home. She could have stayed in her room.
What if she looks just like her mom, and every time he sees her, he thinks about his now deceased love of his life?
Well, he needs to get over it and take care of his
responsibility. He needs to take care of his responsibilities because that's what he signed up for.
The thing is, what we're talking about has nothing to do with the movie. Didn't happen in the movie. There was no fucking reference to any of this shit in the movie. We're just digging deeper than it really. This is off.
You know what?
This is
why,
stuff.
Josh. Because it pulled it. Because the character development was very strong in this movie.
It was.
The characters were very strong, and you felt every single one, even the horsemen. It was cool. Everybody you got to understand. What everyone was trying to get across. They did some really good acting in this movie.
They did. I agree.
So, next thing you know, Aladdin and Blondie are in the back seat making out, and Famine up front, the driver Doug, he's got a crush on old what was her name? Macy?
Yeah. I think it was Macy.
On Macy, Pestilence. And he's not paying attention because he's trying to get an eyeful in the rearview mirror. And Grant is sitting up there with him. And here comes the deer. Oh, dear. And he runs right into the deer. Kills it. They get off the car. They're trying to take it off the road. Right? And here comes nosy police guy. Just doing his job. He's not even, I shouldn't say nosy. He's just doing his job.
He was driving by.
Right.
Right.
And they're like everything's okay. Everything's okay. And what did they see wrong? What was wrong? What caught his eye? I know
he saw that what's his name? Doug, the one that likes Macy.
Uh-huh.
He started walking away right away like he
was guilty or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So he walked to the front of the car and tried to not get attention from the cop, and the cop noticed it and started walking over that way. And started talking to him, and then that's when
he found the skin that they got from that priest on the ground.
Yeah. Because it fell out of the car.
It fell out of the car.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Then he pulled out the gun, shot Doug in the arm.
Yeah.
And then he got hit in the head, right, by Aladdin.
Yeah.
And then
that was pretty rough.
Then Aladdin killed him.
Yep.
Jude killed him.
But
another gruesome one.
If Doug, the driver, if he wouldn't have walked that way, I think the cop would have been like, all right,
y'all are okay.
Y'all okay as long as you're okay. I'll go on my way.
Move along.
You know, that's the
he
thing,
already
though.
noticed
No,
that they hit the deer, so he was just like, okay.
I don't think he would have did it. He was going. The whole fact that after they did hit the deer and they're talking like, "Oh, we're okay, we're fine now," a cop's not going to do that. Well, this is the '70s too, and this is a horror movie, so I take that back because there are bad police officers.
It looked like he was. It looked like he was turning around.
Like he was already done, except
he noticed that Doug was up in the front.
I think
I
think what do you call it? A flask. I think Doug was sneaking a drink out the flask, and the cops saw it.
I don't know.
Even though in the '70s the cops weren't looking at drinking and driving like how cops look at drinking and driving now.
I think he just looked guilty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, why not? Because they was on the lookout for them crazy fools anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know,
and that guy and Doug looked guilty. He looked guilty. He looked like he was hiding something.
Well, he was.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody else looked all normal except for him.
No, they look like
which shows the beginning of how they were all falling apart.
Yeah.
But so needless to say, their car's all fucked up, and they happen to go to Blackville, and they knock on the door, and they're like, Rose, the teacher. Jimmy hadn't got back yet from like the airport or something. He went to go drop off the other people.
That's her boyfriend.
Yeah. And Rose is like, no, y'all can't come in. It's just us here. We're not supposed to let nobody in. I'm the teacher. The girls are here, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, come on. And then Macy walks up. And she's like, I thought all Blackville girls were supposed to stick together. I used to go here.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And they're like, what? And that gave Jude enough time to stick his foot in the door. Salesman, like back in the day, you ain't closing the door style. And they go in and they get everybody hostage.
Yeah.
And this
is
a
regular dinner party.
Yep.
You know,
but they wanted
which is
to come
never
in
good
because Doug had got his arm shot at.
Yep. Which we find out later on was just a graze. It was an amazing, not injury. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a flesh wound. It wasn't even a flesh wound.
Scratch.
He was up there crying and everything like he was all hurt. Like it was like went through a shattered the bone and everything like that. This joker, like, you don't even need no stitches. Get a Band-Aid.
Yeah. Even Rose was like, well, there's no bullet. That means it didn't hit you. It just grazed you.
So then Jimmy shows up and it looks like he's going to save Rose, and then he gets caught.
You've missed the whole thing.
What?
When they found out that she was cooking dinner and they wanted to stay in here, she's like trying to tell them to leave and whatever. And that's when they get all tied. They try to escape and they get tied up and they're all sitting at the table.
Yeah.
And they bring Jimmy to the table as well.
Yes.
Before that. Yes. And they're explaining what's going on and how they had to meet there and this and that. And Jimmy does the dumbest thing ever. They stand Jimmy up. They stand him up and they find out that he's got a ring in his pocket. It's like, oh, it looks like Jimmy was going to.
Well, he dropped it when what's his name hit him over the head in front of the house.
To knock him out, right.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Jimmy.
Deb's always just like.
Well, you're missing the spot. You're missing like the parts.
Because that was a really good part,
important
Josh.
parts.
I was so mad.
The important parts, and Deb's like, here's all the non-important parts, but I'm going to go ahead.
But Jimmy, I was, it's not like he didn't react fast. You know, I think when he came up to the door and they were there, you know, and he couldn't get in or something like that, he knew something was up. But before he could really turn around or do anything, they were on top of him. And they were like some straight up Mac. You knew that when you went with this group, you weren't coming out alive.
Yep.
Because they were going to, man, I don't know what they was thinking.
Though. Here's the thing, and Deb and I talked about it ahead of time. This is where Jimmy fucked up. So they're bringing out the ring. Oh, he's going to propose to you and blah, blah, blah. What do you say? And they told him, if you move, I'm going to cut your neck. Jimmy's tied up, or was he handcuffed?
His hands were tied.
So he's tied up or handcuffed or something like that. And the first thing he does as they stand him up, he spins around while they still have their damn knife in front of him, and they cut his neck. Jimmy's dead. He didn't even wait to get an opening. Like you said, they knew they were going to die. They knew they were going to get it, but that was an obviously, I'm not going to do it right now time.
Yep.
You know what? To me, it seemed like the way it was going, that time could have been right then and there, dude, because it was. You think that's what they're going to do? They was going to kill Jimmy first anyway, because he was the most aggressive person that they could have got rid of. So he was gone anyway. It was only a matter of moments. I mean, that's the way they were, dude. They was pretty nuts, dude. Them moms was pretty fucking crazy. Let's be honest.
They still had the knife at his neck when he spun around with his arms, can't even move his arms. I'm going to try to punch you with my arms tied up in front of me and all that.
He did was,
This is true.
He
should have set his ass down. He really did. Who's in
they
control
had the
here?
knife right there on his neck. He probably started cutting his own neck when he spun around like that.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, he
did.
started it.
Well, maybe that's what he wanted. He
Man.
didn't want to be in that place anymore.
So Jimmy bleeds out and dies there on the floor.
In front of all of them.
In front of all of them. Right. And then they start explaining that they're there and they've done all this satanic stuff and all that because Maisie back in the day, because she was the kid that nobody wanted around and all that, she found this book, which Clara was reading that book earlier in the movie when they found the vodka. And in this book, it has all these incantations and spells. It's like the Necronomicon type shit.
Oh, our favorite book in the world.
And she
The
has that,
Necronomicon. Yeah.
she has the one page from it. And so they've been following that one page. Right? And so they start looking for the book. They need to find the rest of the book because do they find the book before they start doing the ceremony, or do they do the ceremony and then go look for the book, Deborah?
I think they do the ceremony. But they do the ceremony first because they thought that they already had all the stuff. Remember?
Because they had the puzzle pieces of skin.
And they put everything together.
They drew the blood on there, and then they killed the innocent person. They're like, doesn't get more innocent than a teacher. And they kill Rose in the middle of this pentagram-looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
And then the lights flash and everything happens, but then nothing happens.
Yep. And that's when they go looking for the book.
So yeah, you're right, Dad. That's when they start going looking for the book. And then Maisie and Jude, which is Aladdin and Blondie, they go one way, kind of like Fred and what's her name? Daphne?
Yeah.
Would always disappear on Scooby-Doo.
Uh-huh.
And then you find out that Derek Johns plays Grant. That's War. That he was a veteran and had killed a bunch of people while he was over there and all that. So he had, you could tell they didn't call it PTSD back then, but you could tell he had PTSD. He had some ghosts of his own that he was fighting.
That fool was full gone crazy. Okay? Yeah. He was just pure evil.
They were using him. They took advantage of his situation.
Till somebody else started whispering in his ear.
Yep. And you had Doug, who was just after Maisie, come to find out that Grant War was also after Maisie. But at the same time, he just wanted the voices in his head to stop. He wanted the guilt to stop. He wanted to sleep.
Oh yeah, like I said, those whispers in his ear, you only hear that one voice now. Right. You don't hear anything else. You just hear that, and that's what they give you.
So Samantha breaks off, and Grant, which is War, has Clara with him, right? Mm-hmm. And as things progress, they cut back to Jude and Maisie, and Jude's like, I know something happened. I feel the power within me. You know, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And they find the book. And then Maisie realizes that they were reading it wrong all this time.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't to summon and release a demon. It was to unbind a bound demon.
Yep. Well, basically, it is releasing a demon, but it's saying that that's not good.
Next thing you know, Clara's whispering in in Grant's ear, and like she pulls up the front like belly part of her shirt, and I'm like, man, don't be one of these movies where it's getting risky with kids and all that. I don't need to see any of that shit.
Yeah,
and it wasn't, but you saw the scars and all the symbols. She was carving these. She was the demon.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she was carving her own symbols into her skin. And as this is happening, Maisie's like, because earlier in the movie, Maisie told Clara, a little bitty, like 12-year-old Clara, you look familiar. Do you have the sister that went here?
Yeah.
She's like,
so Maisie and Jude go back to all the school pictures, right, Deb?
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
Deb, chime in anytime you want here. I know earlier I was like, Deb's telling me the wrong stuff. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Deb.
Because this was the good part right here. That's when it took a twist.
This was
the twist. This is spoiler alert warning. Hit them with the alarm or something, Josh, because this is the alarm.
Maisie takes her lipstick and starts circling Claire's face in every picture. And every picture that's ever been of Black Veil girls, Clara is there, looking the same. Her hair's a little different every 5-10 years or something like that.
Yep, but it was her same face.
She's been there all this time. They created Black Veil as a place just to keep her locked down.
And just say, hey, why? Wait, this is so stupid. Okay, why would you put a demon, right? Bind a demon to a school with children where they're gonna live, sleep, and everything.
I think they bounded her like completely, like because she didn't do anything bad to the kids.
All this time, anybody. All these decades, did nothing.
And
they took away our power.
Yeah,
right.
They took everything away from her and they kept her there. So, I mean,
she just accepted it. She just dealt with it. It wasn't until these fools started getting famous around the country doing their helter-kelter killings, and then she was like, So she realized people were there trying to unbind her and use her like a genie. So she started cutting her shit into her, getting ready for the thing. Well, what do you think?
Because remember when Macy was saying that there was this one time when they put her in a closet to see how long she would last, but then they ended up keeping her in there, or they kept her trapped somewhere in the basement or wherever where that book was at. And then so the whole time that she was in there, she found the book and then she was looking at it, and then she started going through all of that, and that's when they kicked her out of the school because she started trying to
that's
do
Blondie. That's Blondie.
Yeah, that's Blondie. That's when she started wanting to do witchcraft and stuff. So they kicked her out of the school. So I'm thinking, and this is just my opinion, I'm thinking maybe Clara knew that and she put it into her head.
She said that.
She didn't have powers.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, she said that.
Part.
Yeah, she said that, Deb. She exactly said that. She said, I gave you the thoughts of, put this in your head
That's
to
right.
do this.
See, she put it in my head.
Yeah, she did.
I was going to think that.
She did. Because she wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, so she took the book. Well, the page from the book.
Ooh.
So she was getting ready. That's why she started carving all that shit into her. Right?
Yeah.
But, man.
It got messed up then. It's all messed up. It's all messed up. But you know what? I'm glad O'Du got what he deserved. I'm glad he got what he deserved. Yes, I'm glad Aladdin got what he deserved.
You don't have the power. I have the power. It's in me. Blah, 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 blah. Stabbed right in the fucking heart.
Yeah. And you know what? I was surprised. Well, not surprised, but she let Samantha go. And that part was like, if she is a demon and she let somebody go, and then Samantha went and called the cops.
She told Samantha, go get out to the booth
and stay there.
Stay there for the police, knowing, man.
Dude.
She let her go. I wasn't shocked about that part. No.
Well, here is the big twist. Can I say the big twist?
Yes.
Samantha knowing that she's a demon, and knowing that if all 4 of the horsemen died there on the property during the ceremony, it would release the demon. all this demon shit's got me choked up. Excuse me. And Blondie gets away. Blondie's out of the school. She's in the safe area already, away from Claire, right?
Mhm.
And Samantha was hit her in the head with a hammer or something, or with an axe, or
Think with an axe.
and
Yeah.
she let Clara go.
And she came back.
And
You know what?
Clara was
man?
like, "You came back. I told you not to come back." She goes, "You knew what was going on," and she was like, "Yeah, but I came back for you. You're my friend." Black veil girls stick
Stick
together.
together. Man, I like how the demon told him. He said, I wanted fortune and fame. He said,
She
you
was
are
like-
going to be famous now.
After this, no one will ever forget your name.
Yep.
Man, they get you every
Be careful
time.
what you wish for, you might just get it.
Yep.
Yeah, he got it all right. He got it all
And
right.
Clara and Samantha
And then they walk
Yeah.
off
walk
together.
away.
They walk
Yeah.
off
Well,
together.
okay,
holding hands.
that's insane. Okay, so what is she going to do? She's going to go live her life next to this demon as friends.
You
That's-
don't know if it's going to be this is the origin story for some other movie, or this is the beginning of the trilogy of trilogies.
Yep.
Let me be honest with you right now. That was stupid. That was really stupid. That was the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. They're going to put together some, oh, yeah, sure. They're pandering to us again, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they did. All right, you don't know? Oh, let's put two chicks together and let them walk off to off to ever, and their demons aren't that bad.
They didn't make them girlfriends or nothing like that. They were just friends. Maybe later on, when they're obviously adults and not looking like kids, maybe then they might be girlfriends. But they didn't even hint that or allude to that. They just.
But when you think about it, everybody made fun of Clara. Everybody, they tried to bully her. Even that one girl tried to take. She was drawing, and they tried to take the book away from her, and she pulled it back and like yelled at her. And I was like, oh crap! But everybody didn't want to be her friend except Samantha. Samantha tried to be her friend.
Even
So,
before
even before
the
she
prisoner
found out.
situation, before the demon situation,
And
and
then
all
she
that.
was sad. And I'm pretty sure that if they would have picked her up, if she would have went on her Christmas thing, she would have probably invited her to come to stay with her for the Christmas vacation.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about all that, Deb. Let me tell you something
Yeah,
right now. That girl was crazy. She was creepy.
Was Samantha wanted to be her friend though, even though
Well, she
was-
couldn't have went
Thank you for
anyway.
being a friend.
Huh?
She couldn't have left
What?
anyway.
well,
Yeah, she couldn't have left the school because she was bound there.
But she
Yeah.
but just having somebody invite you sometimes makes a difference. You know
Yeah,
what
I guess
mean?
those are bargaining chips with demons, you know?
She didn't
those
know
are
she
the
was a
thi-
demon.
Jeez.
I'm saying.
But what kind of
Now,
life is she
speaking
going to
about
live now?
girlfriend, and
What
speaking
kind
of,
of life is she going to live? Let's be honest here. Wait. Let's look at this in reality for a second. I want you guys to tell me exactly how do you think this young lady's going to live and her best friend's a demon. That's a talk show by itself. Me and my
That's the
demon.
po- that's the point of that's the point of the end of the movie. But if you want to see a movie with two grown ass women talking about being bound, look at the 1996 R-rated movie Bound, starring Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly.
I'm not sure if I've seen that.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Deb's making faces over here. It was just in the theme, talking about being bound to. That's the name of the movie.
Corny. Give me a drum roll.
I gotta go look for the drum roll. Where's the damn drum roll? There you go.
Yeah, I get a couple zingers in, everybody. So
But-
honestly, Josh, you can't tell me that you like that ending.
I did. I didn't like it because the demon won, but I liked it because it was different.
Yes. I expected for her to be like, what? You're a demon? Ah.
I thought Samantha was gonna find a way to trap them all there,
Yeah.
and then the demon was just gonna be killing Blondie
I
for
thought you
all
were my
eternity or
friend.
whatever. And blah, blah, blah.
Nah.
And she was like, nope, And she's like, but I'm a demon. She's like, yeah, I know, it's all good. I was like, what?
It was an ending that I did not expect.
And I'm not saying that's what I wanted to happen or nothing like that, or if it's a real life situation. I'm just saying, as a movie, it caught me off guard, and it wasn't very predictable. Some things were predictable, but that ending wasn't predictable, and I liked it.
I got to end it for you. Okay, I'm going to end this right now, and I hear the calculator of doom coming, and I got something to say. Damn it.
Oh, sorry.
What the fuck? What the hell is going on around here? Oh, shit.
Camel menthols there.
Camel menthols. I thought they outlawed menthol cigarettes.
Mm.
I don't know. It's a joke.
I don't know.
Wait. How are they going to outlaw cigarettes and then they got these motherfucking bubblegum pop vape bullshit, watermelon joy, fucking
watermelon joy,
pineapple,
those
flavor
vape
doodle
sticks?
lollipop bullshit vape things.
Oh, those are illegal now in Illinois. You can't sell those.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how they going to have flavored nicotine and shit like that? Then they're going to shut off menthol.
Because menthol's too addictive, Josh. And black people
and
love
that
menthol.
other shit isn't? That
yes.
breathing fucking
menthol,
battery acid with it.
Bro, black people love menthol for some reason. I don't know what it is with them, but they love that shit. I'm just serious. They love that fucking... Dude, it's like 40 ounces, dude. It's like a 40. Straight in a brown paper bag. I don't know why, but they do. I feel for my people.
The brown paper bag is because you can't drink publicly. You can't show that you're drinking alcohol. But if it's in a brown paper bag, it could be anything in there. That's why you put the brown bag on your drink. And I'm not saying drinking and driving, because drinking and driving is fucking horrible and stupid. But I'm saying if you're walking down the street or whatever and you have your shit in a brown bag, technically you're not breaking the law. And
why no rules? And now I know.
You know.
Jeez.
Oh wait, didn't we do the?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the part when I give my score. I'm going to give this movie.
Oh Lord, let me bring it up on the screen now. Can't believe we're doing this.
Doing what? We do this all the time.
No, I know where he's going with it. All right, you want to go first, Cobweb?
Yeah, I can go first.
All right.
This movie it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was kind of over the top, with the killing and everything else like that. So it was very bloody. The scenes and stuff like that. I thought that the ending, as you guys could probably tell with me, I thought that the ending sucked. Completely monkey balls. And straight up. I thought that was one of the worst endings you could possibly ever do. So I was going to give this movie, when I first started this, I was going to give it a 7, right? But then I kept thinking about that stupid ass end.
Wow.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I liked the movie from the beginning to the end. I really liked it. Like Josh said, not because the demon won, but it was different. And a lot of movies, you get the killers, doing this and this and this and this, and at the end he dies. And it was a big twist. The whole thing, her being the demon the whole time, it was a shock to me. Everything was. I give this movie a 9.
A 9.
I really like this movie, and I will watch it again.
Whoa! Yeah. Whoa!
I really did like this movie.
Talk about going in this year with a positive attitude.
Yep.
So I've been on this big trip that I want to, because we've been given a whole bunch of 8s and 9s, high ratings for movies and all that, and I mean, I like the twist of the movie. I don't like personally the fact that the demon won, because there's a way to for the killers to die and the demon to lose also. But since it caught me off guard, all the acting was great, all the casting was great. It looked beautiful the way they filmed everything. Location, the script was never stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was written by a demon. That's why the demon got.
Don't say that when I'm gonna give a movie an 8.
It's like vampire movies are written by vampires.
So this movie gets a 7.6, which rounds up to an 8.
Yeah.
That means we're gonna give the movie an 8.
I can do
An
it.
8. I can't. It's too close to 7. 7.6 is closer to 7 than it is 7 to 8.
No. If you round off, do you know how rounding off goes?
Deborah.
I know the Chicago school system is not that great compared to San Antonio's, but god damn, Deborah, if you ain't gonna sit up here and take it, I can't have. Shit.
7.6 rounds off to an 8, not to a 6.
So here's our rating right here. I'm already
In a horror movie,
the pod.
in my world, it's not, because I don't think it's worth an 8. It's a 7.6.
Don't pay attention to any ads on the screen or anything like that. They ain't paying us for shit. So here you go. Rating.
Well,
1,
2 out of 3.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's the point? So 0.5 would be right here. 0.6 goes a little bit closer. Oh, right there to the 8.
Look,
There it
you go.
is. Boom.
8.
We rated it 8 out of 10. This movie's crashing in popularity, and it's
I'm
getting
gonna
a
drop my mic
5.
right now.
A 5 point. Don't drop that motherfucking mic. It's got a
Drop the mic.
5.5. 5.5 for all these people that don't know. Rated it that way.
I
100.
bet you Cobweb went in there and did that.
He like 15 times he went in there and gave it a 0.
Yep.
You know me. Just make your day just messed up for no apparent reason.
So I
But that's
think we're good.
wait a second. That's not me anymore. I've turned over a new leaf of kindness.
What?
What? How so?
Well, I could have gave this movie a 4 because I really hated that goddamn ending, but I gave it a 6.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay?
A 6 is still good. A 6 is still good. It's
Yeah,
over
yeah.
a 5, so I mean, it's still good. You still do. I give you a thumbs up, Cop.
Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Josh.
Way to go,
Still-
USA.
Still, it was a stupid ending. That was,
You get
I mean,
that
how
reference?
could you?
You get that reference?
No,
Yes.
What?
no, I didn't get it.
Patreon, but not even also Patreon pod people, but pod people, our listeners. Way to go, USA. Kumate, kumate, kumate. Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Oh, yeah. With Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, I remember that flick. That guy, he had on that sweet-ass tracksuit, too. Yeah. That's we're back in the day, man. You pulling out strings.
Yep, pretty much so. But, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family,
That's
this has
another
been the
one.
Sacrifice Game here on Cast of the Pod. I think we're done. Cobweb, you think we're done?
I
Deb, are
think
we
you
done?
should, dude.
The what?
Listen to me. Wait, before we leave, I'm going to say this one more time to you guys out there. You can watch this movie all the way up to the last 4 minutes. No, 2 minutes. Turn it off. Just turn it off.
So don't watch the
And you'll be
ending
fine.
of a movie that you invested time in?
Don't even watch the ending.
Other people
And-
might like the ending. Hello.
Who liked that ending?
I do. Hands up right here.
Who does number 2 work for?
Do you
It's
know
like
where
I'm in
that's
a. It's like I'm in an episode of Get Smart.
Missed it by that much.
I'm just waiting for the code of silence to come down. God help me. Not tonight. Oh shit. I'm good.
I didn't know we were going to be quoting Slaughterhouse songs. Not tonight. Slaughterhouse.
What is
Slaughterhouse?
How many references did you, bro? You like coming at me like with these hard references today. This is hard for me to remember, bro. It's been like I told you I went to the. I know, but I've been like in that.
Joel Ortiz.
Yeah, I seen him on concert a few times. I seen him twice actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Budden.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we're done. We done? We good? Can we stop this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a nice one here. My name's Cobweb, taking you guys home. It's been another great episode of Cast the Pod.
He's Cobweb. I'm Josh.
And I'm Deb.
And you can hit us up all social medias at Cast of the Pod, Cobweb 411. Yeah, this has been Cast of the Pod. Cast of the Pod, Cast of the Pod. You had to say it over. The Cast of the Pod podcast.
Cast of the Pod podcast.
The wheels came off of this podcast.
Keep on turning.
No, they came off it within the first 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys stuck around for this one. God bless you.
Patreon only.
All right, until next time, you have been warned. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Deuces.